Television out there. It's been called tabloid TV, trash TV. It's defined as anything goes as long as it gets an audience. Shock 'em television. Well, tonight we're going to interview some other talk show hosts and find out how they all fit into this new television of the 80s. Is it sleaze or not? Tonight you'll decide. Yeah! Zip it for a second. All right, zip it. Come on, come on. All right. Now let me get to this. My first guest has been described as having supermarket checkout counter journalism. He's also a host that is constantly seeking the spotlight, Geraldo Rivera. Okay, my second guest is known as the father of talk show hosts, so they like to refer to him as the mother of talk show hosts. He's also someone who is intimately involved with all the housewives all over America, Phil Donahue. What's the matter there, Phil? Too good to shake hands with me?
Oh, sorry.
Sit down. Okay. All right, so anyway. Geraldo. Think quick! Sorry. All right, let's start off with you. Tell us, Geraldo, how'd you get that little boo-boo there on your face there? Go ahead, answer the question. How'd you get it?
Okay, I was doing this show on teen hate mongers. They call themselves skinheads. They were these Nazi white racist group. I wanted to expose them and their violent sides.
Oh, come on. You're trying to tell me you didn't show that show just to get ratings and give scum like them a chance to voice their garbage?
Yeah.
All right, zip it. Zip it. Let's hear what he has to say. Go ahead.
I firmly believe that shedding light on this subject will stop people from joining the so-called cause.
All right. You've got a history as being a guy who's always looking for ratings. You've done shows on Vice Cops. You've done shows on Devil Worship. You've done shows on Capone's Vault. Now, wouldn't you say that all these things ended up being nothing but badly ending fiascos?
Well, you should talk. You once said in this very show that 10% of this show was show business. You call me a ratings prostitute. You call me a ratings prostitute. prostitute. If I'm a prostitute, then you're a streetwalker.
There's a difference between you and me, pal. I don't have to show the crap you show to get people to watch my show. Roll that clip!
Go ahead, Roy, go ahead.
Now, let me tell you. Sit down, man. Hey, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. Hey, hold it. Hold it. Sit down.
Okay, all right. Now, your quote is saying, my style of street-level journalism is up close and personal, and people tend to act in a very negative way. You really believe that?
Well, look at the way you're acting.
I'm not acting, pal. I really don't like you. Yeah. We thought the only fair way to find out why you showed that crap piece on your show was to have you come down and explain it personally.
Look, I went in there expecting just, you know, normal heated debate. I didn't expect any physical violence. But when the white racist Nazis came out with their fists flying, they showed their true colors. And I think it's important that the people of this great country of ours see what kind of sick people these people really are. And the people have enough guts to fight back against their sick messages.
Look. What do you think you are? Some kind of hero? Look, some people have put you and me in the same category. Don't ask me why. They say shows like yours and ours is conducted by news punks.
If I may interject for one moment, I do recall that these... please, one moment. That these Nazis were nothing more than sensation-grabbing punks who preyed on the ignorance of this microcosm which is known as America's middle class.
Now there's an I guess that's an intellectual description. A little bit too tough for these people to understand. I guess people with a college degree don't rank too high on your list, huh, pal? Yeah. All right, right here. All right, right here it says the TV trashmen as being brash, show-busy hucksters that are bent on pandering the most basic urges of the broadest possible constituency with a product as down as dirty as the censors will stomach. This is trash! In a minute, we're going to have a TV analyst on that's going to explain why guys like me force guys like him to wear a dress to get ratings. Come on back!
Looks good. Yeah.
Make your dreams come true through WCAT video production classes. Call 846-3400.
My name is Ruth Hames, and as a resident of the Winthrop Beach area, I would like to invite all my friends and neighbors to join the Ocean Spray Association. The purpose of this organization is for the betterment of the beach areas, traffic control, neighborhood appearances, municipal services, and other issues pertinent to our community. This is your chance to get involved, and you could make a difference.
Zip it for a second, okay? Up there at Loudmouth number 1, we've got Professor I'm a Goof.
It's Dr. I'm a Goof.
Dr. I'm a Goof, sorry about that. And he's a television analyst. And so, Doc, tell me, how come traditional shows are being outwitted in the ratings by quote-unquote sensationalist shows? Explain that, please.
Oh, I'll tell you. You see, what is commonly referred to as trash TV, it's progressively growing among the viewing audiences.
That's me. Go ahead. Okay, zip it for a sec. Zip it. Zip it.
And shows such as yours, Geraldo's, A Current Affair, and the like, are gaining more and more popularity and slowly but surely catching up with the more traditional talk shows as Phil's.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For example, you see, Geraldo managed to gain the highest rated 2-hour documentary ever aired on network television right after his special on devil worship aired.
Yeah, so you're trying to tell me that's the reason why he does all these crazy shows on devil worship in Capone's vault and finds a couple empty milk bottles, is that right? Or all right, listen. Okay, Phil. Hold on 1 second, pal. All right, Phil.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask you a question. Why did your traditional type of talk show go for a timid form of sensationalism by wearing a dress? Because he's gay.
Well, if I may retort, I believe that wearing a dress and opening the show with... Please, for one moment. Wearing a dress at the beginning of the show was an attempt to symbolize the theme of the show. The theme that men and women shouldn't be limited by a code of dress.
It's not because you're a wimp and you just wanted to admit it, right? Roll the clip. Let's see who's got after you.
You really don't have to. It's not a good dress.
Roll the clip. All right, zip it for a second. All right, zip it for a second. All right, we just saw the clip. You mean to tell me you got dressed up like that in the dress just to show the theme of the show?
Yeah.
That's trash and that's disgusting.
Mart, allow me to explain.
Okay, go ahead if you think you can.
Okay. The clip that was just shown is a perfect example of how sensationalism is trying to take over the traditional talk show.
All right, let him go. Go ahead, Doctor. Zip it for a second. Let him go.
What I'm saying is how sensationalism is taking over the traditional shows. I'm insulting Phil's show. Applause.
It doesn't work unless you get warts on your face, pal, so don't try it.
Well, anyway, the big question is to what degree of professionalism will each show undertake? I mean, you yourself, Mr. Downey, was slapped with a $40 million damage suit from a stripper from God.
Yeah, pal, that may be right. But if you notice, I didn't show the girls television.
The whole point of showing the clip to begin with is unbelievable.
Zip it! All right, now listen, you.
Mort, if I could just say here.
Shut up! I'm done with this! Now listen, you peddler, you scum piece of crap! Get out of the All right, in a second, we're going to talk to the real TV analysts in this place, the audience, and hear what they have to say about Right now we have some questions from the audience. Okay, well, go ahead. You're on.
Yeah, I got a question for the doctor over here.
Okay, the quote-unquote doctor. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Doctor. I want to know how you think trash TV affects society in general.
Okay, this is what happens. The trash TV, the hosts, such as a few unnamed people on this stage, they try to get topics that'll grab an audience. I mean, if you hear these interesting topics like devil worship, stripper from God, etc., etc., you'll want to tune into the show. And that's what happens. All they're after is the ratings. Yeah. And by getting those, more people will watch them, and society is expecting this from everything else they watch on TV. So those other more conventional like shows like The Cosby Show, etc., etc., they're not as good because people expect the big gripping stuff.
Yeah, the only thing you're going to grip is a pal. Go ahead.
The Cosby Show?
Go ahead.
I'm a housewife here, and I particularly like shows like Donahue.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, come on, please.
They're much more informative.
Yeah, they give you all the latest news and all the latest hemlines. That's why they're informative.
Mr. Downey, I think you are loud and obnoxious.
Hey, lady! Up yours! Next person!
Mother.
What I want to know is why Geraldo left a show like 2020 to become the scum sleazebag television host.
Well, just for your record, he was a sleazebag before he left 2020, but Geraldo answered the question. Go ahead.
I was going to expose John F. Kennedy and his affair with Marilyn Monroe, but 2020 and CBS, they were pressured by the Kennedys, so they threatened to fire me. They threatened to fire me.
You don't even know what network 2020's on.
I quit the show.
I hate to see what happened if you ever got exposed on TV. Anyway, no one would tune in. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I had a question for Phil.
Oh, okay. Yes. Be sure to talk in big college talk so he can understand it.
Continue.
Phil, why do you always deal with boring things while people like Mort here are always dealing with the interesting, sensational things?
Well, that's all how you define boring and sensational, interesting.
Boring.
No.
All right, let him answer the question. Let him answer the question. Hold on, go ahead.
Boring is only boring to people who think it's boring. People who aren't educated enough to sit down for an hour's worth of intellectual talk.
All right, hold on, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
I think I have finished. I think I really have finished.
Pal, you were finished before you even begun. Next question.
If you're such an expert, why do you make us people who watch shows like Morton look like mindless fools, while all the people that watch shows like Donahue's, all these big intellectuals? How come?
Because it's true.
I'm not saying that because you watch shows like Morton, Geraldo's, that you are a mindless fool. I mean, everyone. All I'm saying
like
is
you, Doctor,
that
right?
their
Go ahead.
The content of the show, because it's so sensationalistic, just builds up in your mind that everything else should be that way too. Not making you mindless fool, just brainwashed to sensationalism.
That's absolutely
Doctor, it's not because my shows are sensationalist, it's that these two guys are boring as all hell. That's why.
Yo, I got a question for Geraldo.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Did you feel like a sleaze bag when you found empty booze bottles in Al Capone's vault? Answer us, please. Look, I took the risk of going in there and trying to find out what was in the vault. It just didn't work out.
Obviously.
No, if I may defend my colleague here. No, one moment, please. I'm tired of being interrupted by this barbaric audience.
Let's go.
Geraldo here journeyed to where no man has ever gone before. I'd like to see any of you do the same thing, knowing the calculated risks involved, knowing that you might not find anything, and make yourselves fools on international television.
All right, wait a second. He doesn't need a show like that to make him look like a fool he does anyway. Now, wait a second. I think it should just be brought out in the open. That Al Capone's vault was the biggest, if not one of the biggest.
Idiotic things ever done.
If you let me finish, please, but you're right on, pal. It was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, farces ever seen on television by anyone.
It was journalism.
It was crap.
This is.
But I had half the country watching that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would want it. I don't think half the country would want to watch you for anything. I don't think your grandmother would even watch you. I doubt it if your own wife even watched you on TV.
Hey, pal, I wouldn't talk about wife. You can't even hold on to your wife.
Listen, pal, you want to talk about my wife, huh? Well, get up! Why don't you just shoot me? You think it's get up? There's no difference. The only difference is that we tackle real issues while they'll do fake make things just to get people to watch their show.